All right, welcome to the shit show. It is March 18th, 2022. It is about 11:30 in the morning. We're sitting in the truck. We got a cup of coffee, a little weed stick, and some cigarettes. So I think we're gonna do just fine. I kind of have to poop. I wish I would have pooped before I drove all the way to this undisclosed location to record this. And I fear that I made a mistake. A huge mistake, but we'll go for it. Maybe I'll have to stop and speed home or go to a McDonald's bathroom or something gross. It'd be funny to finish the podcast in the bathroom. Anywho, what's going on? How's everybody doing? It's been a little while. I haven't had much to talk about. I've been pretty slow at both my jobs. Started bartending at the pizza place. So now I do that. Um, there was a really slow period for the last couple months where I just didn't have very much work, and I was going a little crazy. It's just kind of getting broke and not having a lot to do. It's a lame way to be. You gotta work. You gotta work, kid. I did fill in at this super fancy French restaurant called Beaujolais or Beaujiggles. It's like I don't know, super authentic fine dining French food. It's really like fucking buttery and there's like snails and shit in it. Pretty good. I They were trying to get me to. I filled in there for my job. Like my bar manager at my job hit me up and asked if I wanted to fill in at this restaurant. And I thought it was going to be like a bar back shift. I swear that's like how it got pitched to me. But I showed up the first night and they straight up had me do dishes, like restaurant dishes, fish dishes, y'all, with oyster shells and shit, and like snake. You know what I'm talking about? Dishes, fishes. Fucking, they had me doing the fishes, dude. It was disgusting. I was so pissed my first night, but then they had me come back a couple more nights, and I was like, I'm not doing this, and they had me do more like busboy shit. It was good money actually for just a job that I just walked into and had no training or anything. It was pretty good money. But the restaurant lifestyle is is honestly why I started this podcast. Like if you go all the way back to my first episode, it's all about how hellish working in a restaurant can be if you're with like the wrong people. And I'm not saying Bojiggles has all the wrong people, but it was just like you could tell everyone who worked there was really addicted to being stressed out on shift. Like, and I've worked with a lot of people like this, but they just fucking start sprinting around and like cussing to themselves in private and shit. And like, I don't know, they start to get mad at you if you're not on the same level of stress as them, you know? And everyone in restaurants is hyper territorial too. So it's like if you fucking put the forks down slightly too far to the left or some shit, somebody loses their goddamn mind and acts like that's like what needs to happen. And then I don't know. Sometimes they're fun though. I try to be goofy when I'm on shift, so I'll try to be like really sarcastic and shit to people, and they will just like dead stare you and keep walking, and like you'll have to explain later that it was a joke or something, and then they'll go, ha ha, ha. Okay, okay. Uh, I don't know. Something crazy happens to people when you make them be nice to strangers or like people they don't necessarily like all the time, and they have to just like fake be nice and smile to people. I feel like I don't know. It creates some like neuroses in people a little bit, And then I feel like some people can't switch it off either. Once they get used to like talking to the table a certain way, they'll like talk to you the way they talk to a table. I've noticed that happens a lot with like people who work with children too. Like they work with kids and like even in an adult conversation, they're just like, "Hi, how are you doing? Oh my God, that's so sweet. That's so you're doing so." I don't, it's nice too. I'm just an asshole. I'm a piece of shit. One night there was a mouse in this restaurant, and that was fucking a total ratatouille type of situation where everyone's like screaming and people trying to get their fucking food paid for and shit. I don't know. I thought it was funny, but they tried to get me to come back and work there. But honestly, the only job I would do there is bartender, and the two girls that work bar there are never gonna leave, and I don't blame them. But it also stinks in there. I think I was the only one who thought that, but it straight up like did not smell good in that restaurant. And then there's like this hallway between two rooms that goes outside for a second, and in that little hallway, it just smells like fucking dookie, dookie, Bojiggles dookie, dude. Freaking, I don't know. In my opinion, not that fancy. Oh God, I just felt something move around in my butt. I wonder if anyone's ever microchipped their kids like a dog. Um, I think that would actually be dope. It'd be like the Find My Phone app, but they couldn't do anything about it. Fucking, and it would be cool too because like you just chip them up till they're like 17, just so you know where they're at all the time. Maybe you put a little shock feature in there if they're barking too much or fucking won't come back. You know, you just give them a little zap. Um, fucking everyone could make sure that they're all caught up on their shots and everything because children are disgusting. I don't want kids coming up and touching me. I mean, you could put like I'm not for microchipping either, but like it could probably be pretty cool. You could put some games on there for them. Put like Tetris on there or whatever game they like. You could put some fucking Coco Melon on there. I don't know. They'd probably get hacked though, and people would put like porn and shit on there. Damn, dude, if you could get porn though, just without fuck, give me the microchip. I'll take the microchip. Chip me up, dude. Put me in the chips. Oh, Bo Jiggles, I gotta poop. Woo! Number two ski. I was watching this video online on the internet this morning, and it was this phenomenon that happens at sea called square waves, and it's like when two um, currents run into each other at like 90 degrees, but they just make like straight boxes of waves out in the. It's the trippiest thing. It looks like the Matrix, or like when Homer went to the 3D world or something, or like Truman Show. It's so fake looking. It's like these big, perfect grid pattern in the middle of the ocean for no reason. Check it out. It's fucking weird. Square waves. A little while ago, I got obsessed with why birds can make human noises and no other animals really can. It was fucking freaking because they don't have lips. I was like, how the fuck is this happening? Birds don't have lips. They have BX. And we looked into it, and it turned out that birds have a weird set of flappy muscles in their throat called the syrinx, I think it's called. Uh, and it's those kind of manipulate the same shapes that your lips would make. Um, but it's crazy, like, cause some bird, I don't know, I was watching this video, this bird made the sound of a camera, like, exactly perfectly. It was crazy. And then I guess parrots are the only birds that um, use their tongues to help form the sounds they make too. Like all other birds just kind of like scream and let their throats make the right noise. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Fucking freak ass birds and their syrinx. Dude, speaking of birds, I saw this lady with the most fucking horrendous plastic surgery. It was like, I don't know. She was so old, or I don't know how old she was, you can't tell. But fucking, her elbows looked old. And I don't know what in her fucking years of life experience led her to believe that, like, having a puffy, shiny ass face was like the move. But, dude, she did it. It was fucking crazy. She straight up looked like if Legolas from Lord of the Rings had sex with fucking Darkwing Duck. Like, it was all stiff and oh my god, dude, that bitch is gonna need a syrinx. Like, I don't think her lips are gonna be able to like make fucking vowels and shit anymore. Ugh, it was crazy. Just dead eyes too, like a freaking like a 1980s mannequin. I saw on the internet that a bunch of student loan debt is gonna get absolved or disappeared or whatever. And congratulations, all y'all. Nobody deserves a break more than you guys, for sure. Enjoy that. Free, free. Fuck yeah, dude. Good for you. Fucking stick one of those in your adult fanny pack, baby. Boom. I just wonder what all the 40-year-old goonies who work the same jobs as guys like me who didn't go to college fucking are gonna complain about all day now. They'll find something. I mean, campus people are some of the most oppressed, least free people in our country, you know? They got a lot to complain about. I am sure that they'll be super grateful, though. And I bet they'll be like a bunch of selfless, you know, decisions made out of this break you gave them. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I saw a tiny story on fucking YouTube, and I'm all fired up about it. Okay? I'm all fired up about it. You need to work in this country. I was gonna start like a segment on this show that was like celebrities that bother me, but I'm not sure why. Um, or like funny things to be jealous of segment. That one will be way funnier actually, because I was trying to fucking write down a bunch of celebrities that rubbed me the wrong way, and I could only write down like four guys. I don't even know anyone's name anymore. But I wrote down Justin Timberlake, Bill Pullman, uh, whoever the kid was in Dune, the new one, um, Tom Hanks, and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Dude, I fucking hate Neil deGrasse Tyson for some reason. He like drives me up a wall the way he acts like he's fucking Gandalf while he's talking, dude. It drives me insane, dude. You're not Dumbledore, bro. Not even close. And dude, he irritates me in a way that I just want to like fucking invest in like flat Earth theory or something. He drives me crazy. I guess he's the only one I can. When I reread him, I was like, yeah, dude, he really fucking pets my cat the wrong way. And Bill Pullman too. He always has like this fucking shit eating fucking like Jimmy Fallon smirk, like he's about to like break character the whole time. But he does it in like movies. I hate him. I fucking hate him. Except for an Independence Day. That movie rocks. I got to get me one of these. Yeah, I just watched that show, The Righteous Gemstones on HBO. It's fucking awesome. It's hella good. Um, it feels exactly like my job, but like like a fucking satirical version of it. But everyone in the show drives like these big white Range Rovers everywhere, and fucking is just always talking in like a weird business lingo all the time, but it's like hyper positive, and then when they get in private, it's like kind of dark and crazy. It just reminds me of my job a little bit. And right now I work with like two of the boss's sons, and they both just drive huge white, pristine, brand new trucks and just are always talking like, dude, if I hear one more fucking thing about fucking rich dad, poor dad, I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. You understand? But they're actually both really cool. They're just fucking, I don't know. Feels weird. Feels odd man outy. But I swear to God, even all the babes that work at my job, like everyone drives a fucking white new vehicle. And then I show up in my like rattling, half painted fucking badass Chevy Silverado. And I feel like they all give me the snub, dude. But see what all your cars are doing in 30 years. Boy. So I'm sitting here at the dog park the other day, and uh the craziest thing went down. These two like super ripped, super hot guys were walking around the dog park separately from each other and got into an altercation somehow. And then there was all these like soccer moms over on one side, and I thought they were like the wives of these dudes, but I guess not. And like the dudes somehow end up arguing, and I only heard like the last half of it, but one of the dudes was like, "Hey, fuck you, man. You fucking," he said "fuck you, man," or something like that. And then the other guy was like, "Fuck you. I'm a woman. I'm a trans woman. Don't you dare call me man." You like, and then she called him a man, and then here was the plot twist. The other buff hot guy was like, "I'm a trans woman also. So am I." And so then they're fighting, and like it seemed like the fight wasn't gonna happen for a split second, just because it was like, oh well, you can't have like a big buff dude beating up on a trans woman. But as soon as they both were like, oh shit, the cards are matched evenly still, we're both trans women, they just started slugging it out. Seriously, fucking smashing each other. Like one of the most violent fights I've ever seen. UFC status, professional, just face pummeling. These two girls were just fucking destroying each other, like flying knees, fucking DDTs, people's elbow, everything, dude. It was crazy. And all these women were watching, and at first they were just like, "Get off her! Get off of her! You ladies knock that off." And on the other side, all these construction workers started catcalling it, and they were just like, "Meow, meow, look at these ladies go, meow." They were like really encouraging the fight. I think I saw a couple of them throw some like crinkled up dollar bills into the fight for real. So there's like these dudes catcalling the fight and just like whistling at the two chicks fighting. And then on the other side, there's like all the soccer moms like, "No, what's going on?" And the fight keeps going. Like their shirts get ripped off, so both their titties are hanging out and all this stuff. It's crazy. And they I don't know, it gets really sexual. Honestly, this fight starts to get very intimate. And I look back at the soccer moms, and the soccer moms are like all talking about how, yeah, back in college I made out with a girl once. It was actually pretty cool. Like I feel like I should have explored that more in myself. And like they all started kind of getting sexual too, like making out and touching. It was crazy. And then I look over at the construction workers, and They were not making out. I know that's what you thought I was going to say. But they were all intimately, intimately, like in a long, like, I guess you would call it a line jerk because they weren't in a circle, but they were all, like chained up, like a bike chain to each other, one person over to the next cock. You know what I'm saying? And and they were doing it through the chain link fence too, so there was a lot of rattling and blood and uh like like wincing and stuff like that. And that was when I was just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. This is crazy. I don't even have a dog. Why am I in this dog park? So, you know, that goes back to my original theory that dog people are all going to hell. That's a funny thing I get jealous of actually is when a bunch of hot girls are around dogs and they just give the dogs a bunch of attention. It's fucking bullshit. Bullshit, dude. You're a bad dog. Speaking of animals, fucking I'm working the bar the other night and this guy comes in. Um we're trying to do like a open to the public night at one of the bars I work at, which is usually like a private bar. And this guy comes in, he has a stethoscope around his neck and a little um OR, uh, I don't know what you would call it, like a do rag type of thing, like a hairnet thing, like a surgery hairnet. And but he's wearing like normal clothes, and he comes in with a stethoscope around his neck, and not the way a doctor wears it, but like casually around his neck, like a scarf. And he just kind of like chummed it up with everyone, got two wines, didn't pay, and didn't tip. And then when I talked to one of the people who was talking to him earlier, I was like, dude, that dude didn't pay. And they're like, what? Oh no, that guy was fine, blah, blah, blah. It turns out he's not even a doctor. He's a veterinarian. This dude came into a bar with his stethoscope and all of his shit on, like, oh, I don't even have time to take this off because I'm so fucking important. And he's just a fucking horse butcher. He's just got his hands in fucking Pomeranians all day. He's not even a people guy. He's not even a dentist. Eh, oh well, people suck. I think I'm gonna get out of here. This is gonna be a short episode. I just, I don't know. I thought I had more to talk about, but I kind of just ripped through it real quick. Um, hope everybody's doing good. I know it's fucking COVID World War III out there. Um, fucking turn the news off. Turn that shit off every once in a while. Listen to my show. Give me money. Uh, you know, somebody give me money. When I grew up, I got called a fag all the time, and now I get called a Nazi. Good night.